All right, we can get started a little early here because it looks like we might actually be on time for a start. We have players in the lobby, so that's exciting. All right, well, hello and welcome everyone to the first game of MOWL Season 6. We have an exciting game tonight with two new teams for the season, the Houston Handlebars and the New York Aces facing up.
We can get started a little early here because it looks like we might
Oop,
actually be
and
on
that is
time
my
for a
stream
start.
feeding
We have
into my
players.
thing. Sorry, I was checking to make sure everything was running because I had some upgrades that I did in the off season to my computer and needed to make sure everything was still looking good, and it looks like it's looking great. But do let me know if on the stream side you see something wonky. Also, it looks like we have Deadstock encouraging children to gamble by offering 100 OWL tokens to the first person who correctly predicts the winner and map score for this game. That's pretty sick. I'm going to go in with, let's see. Let's look at these teams. Maybe first let me set up my bars because it looks like I need to get a different overlay. Sweet. Okay. I think that's correct. And let's transition over, look at some game time. Let's hide this because we have some lovely little angels in this game. All right, looks like we're going to have Houston on left, Aces on right. We're ready. All right, so we have a Let's Go NY from Together Pangea, but let's see. All right, so on Houston Handlebars, looks like our tank lineup's going to start with TK Mysterious, who is a Rhine person. Let's see what they did in competitive. Ooh, a Diamond tank with some Echo hours. Not much to say for Echo, though, but some nice Rhine hours. Shipshape, who I believe is a Zarya player, if I remember them correctly from last season. I do remember them correctly from last season. A nice, solid Diamond tank. A little bit of DPS for flavor. Kaiju OW. Kaiju OO? Kaiju. Again with the names, guys. Again with the names. I am hiding chat, TK. Because I know you're some lovely people. Alright, we have a Plat DPS coming in with Shimada Brothers and some Tracer for flavor. Missing the other DPS, but it looks like on the support line for Houston Handlebars, we're going to have Blank, who hasn't placed, but was a Diamond support last season, mostly Anna Bap. And then Raven, who I believe is actually old now, if this is the same Raven, who is also a Plat, high Plat, but hit Diamond this season support. Nice job. And then on the New York Aces, it looks like we have Blinksy coming in for tank. Ryan mostly, so main tank. Fruits and Smo. Smo, I thought... Smo's he's the McCree player. I remember him from last season. He's very good McCree. McCree and Hanzo, Diamond DPS. Fruit coming in. Stop roasting me, don't hide chat. No. We're going to continue to hide chat. Also, another hit scan player. With Noctua, who I believe is Plat support. Private profile. Alright, looks like Sunless Fiber is coming in as the last DPS slot for Houston Handlebars. It's going to be a Plat DPS. A Doom one trick. A Doom one trick. We're going to be starting this map on, this match on the map that is Nepal. Well, we have some good again, predictions. New teams kind of made out of old teams. Most of these are familiar players. I would love to see more of NY Aces players before I make a prediction here. But it looks like we're waiting a bit. How y'all doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing good. We have some nice people in the chat. Mostly I recognize players on Houston Handlebars in chat. I see you all, as well as a couple other people here for flavor. Shipshape is actually a GM in hiding. Well, that's called smurfing, and that's illegal in this league, so I hope not. That would be quite problematic. Do-do-do-do. And we are waiting. So I was thinking, new season. Does anyone have any hopes or aspirations for this season? Anything you wish to see? Any particular game you're excited for? It is the fresh start. Personally, my hope for this season would be that teams would stop giving me dead air to fill. I think, and maybe I'll do this on the fly. We'll see how much. If there's a timeout, I see you, TK. I know it's just a joke. I know Shipshape's not GM. You're good. We're teasing here. I promise no one's reporting you to council, although Deadstock is watching. Um, So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, I hope that teams stop giving me dead air to fill because this is the worst part of casting. And I'm thinking if they give me a timeout today, I will make a counter for how many days has it been since Reed has had to fill dead air. I anticipate it will stay at 0. Okay, looks like we have one more New York Aces player coming in. It's going to be Stevie, showing up 5 minutes late. Mostly a support player with some Zarya. Let's see, all modes, maybe more Zarya. This is mostly a support player. I meant this. Nope, this. No one needs to see capture the flag. Let's look at this. I have a good win rate, but it is early days. Huh. Oh, never mind. Stevie is going to go down and play support. That was not supposed to be the person there. It looks like we are still waiting for an off tank. I'm going to look at the chat real quick. To do that, I'm going to hide you lovely people. All right. Looks like we're just waiting. They do have their 15 minutes to burn, and it's going to give me 15 minutes of time to kill here, in which to kill myself more often, more likely than anything else, because this is going to quickly become excruciating. Because I have nothing to talk about, because there's no history in the league. These teams are pretty much new, and it's just kind of is what it is. I've seen these players before, but on different teams, so who knows what'll happen in the next hour, 2 hours. It will be a unique experience. So, I don't know what to say here. I don't know what to say here. Oh, Mogu! It looks like is our late arrival. They are a pretty decent Zarya player, if I remember correctly from last season. Quite fearsome. So we'll see. That could be an interesting combo. Mogu and Smo are players I do remember from last season. Shipshape I also vaguely remember. TK I don't think really played much last season. If I did, I didn't cast their games. Sunless Fiber I know is a Doom one trick. But I think that's just like how he introduces himself at this point, is that he's a Doom one trick. All right, looks like we have all the players here, and we are going to get going here. I know Sunless Fiber's custom game time is just depressing. No one needs to see that. Let's start the first season of MOWL on a good note and not look at how depressing Sunless Fiber is in terms of his game time and also his personality. All right. Yeah, good luck to both teams. And we start the night right with Nightbot sniping someone in chat. Love to see it. That's right, guys. Nightbot is armed and dangerous. They also gave me the keys to the kingdom that is the MOWL official Twitch chat. And I also armed Nightbot over there, so I'm really excited for the first finale stream or whatever we use that account for to watch Nightbot just take people out. It's great. All right. Hopefully we'll get started here soon. See what map we're going to end up on. But until then, we're going to be staring into the deadlock bar. Unsure what we're waiting for. Potentially. Oh, I think we are waiting, it looks like, for Houston Handlebars to join their team chat in the MOWL server. They are currently in their private server, which is not allowed because it potentially allows for cheating if you have an additional person in that server and extra coaching that you're not allowed to receive during a game. So, they do have to switch Discords into their actual Discord chat within the MOWL server. And there they go. It's almost like someone told them off. I see 5 players there. We'll get there eventually, guys. Listen, first game of the season, people don't remember how to play. People don't remember what the rules are. People don't remember what to do. We're going to see a goats comp right out the door, I guarantee it. No one knows what's happening. No one knows what's happening, least of all me. We are still waiting for that last Houston player. It looks like we are specifically waiting for Sunless Fiber. There they go. Houston Hickey Scars. That is a great team name. TDS Troop? Sorry if I said that wrong. I never know when it's the series of letters how exactly you say that. Rules, play OW. It's a little more complicated than that. But generally, that is the first rule. The first thing you have to do to play in MOW is to play Overwatch as a video game. If you get through that suffering, then you can move on and read the actual MOWL rules, which is conveniently posted in the MOWL rules Google Doc, which is in the rules chat. If you're ever curious to the detailed rules of what is and isn't allowed in gameplay, I recommend you read them. I will say, the most fun thing to do as a MOW player is to rulebook the other team and just force them to forfeit. Personal favorite. Is to just get nitty gritty and be that asshole. I love it. It's great. All right. And we're still waiting. We are at 10 minutes past the game start. So, here with chat alone. Eventually, hopefully, there will be some gameplay to cast. Alas, this is out of my control. And we're just staring at a blank screen. Well, not a blank screen, but an inactive screen. Nothing really much going on. Hope everyone has been doing okay with the record-breaking heat waves that are going across the country, particularly so on the West Coast. Hope everyone's staying safe and air-conditioned, if at all possible. Hopefully you all the younglings are out of school and enjoying some much-needed summer vacation. Having some fun, still wearing masks to be safe because COVID is still a thing. Unless you're fully vaccinated, then you're much safer. And it looks like we are going to be starting in Sanctum. Love this map. Excellent boops opportunities as well as a lovely pit, which is probably the favorite part of any Overwatch map. Oop! First pause of the season! First pause of the season! And it's not even a minute into the game. Motherfucker! Ah! Okay. I promised we would do this. Listen, I promised we would do this. We're gonna make it right now. Mal, I'm making a scene, and you're all gonna help me create it. So I've decided, since pauses are so entertaining, well, they're not entertaining, they're excruciating. We're gonna do a fun game in terms of pauses. Alright, so welcome to the pause screen. Now, I'm gonna add a text option. And since it is the first game of the season, we're gonna start a pause counter. So this is gonna be me counting the number of game pauses in Season 6. Let's start with 1. Alrighty. And it is wrong color. Gotta make sure that font is visible. And that it is on top. If it will. Whoop. You're a kid, no cursing. Ooh, that's really rough. And I don't think that's gonna work for me personally. And perhaps What is fuck? You should ask your parents about that. I think they would love to have an in-depth conversation with you about what that exactly means and what's going on. There we go. Alright, now we gotta make this tiny. Whoop! We turned it upside down. Not ideal, not ideal. Alrighty. And now, okay. Can we coin the term frog champ? Possibly. I don't know how the meme genesis exactly happens, but I think if you listen here, we'll get a good start. Cuz what you guys are going to help me do is we're going to pick different images to put on the pause screen while we wait, chat, because otherwise this is going to be excruciating. Let's look for a frog to get us started. Does anyone have a favorite frog? Ooh, some of these we could get. Is this a transparent frog? It doesn't really matter, I suppose. Save image. Save that sucker to downloads. Alright. Let's add an image. Browse. Oh my god, he's massive. Oh lord. Oh lord, he's there. Alrighty. Sweet. And we'll add some text to this. So this is mostly me entertaining myself, but you guys are also allowed to suggest. Oop! And it looks like we may actually be back. We restart with people in the game. Look up Very Face Lucio. Listen, if there's another pause, nobody, I got you. We're gonna add to the pause screen. My goal is that with every stream, I will ask the chat for a different image or a different meme, and we will just continually add to the pause screen over the course of the season until it makes no fucking sense. That's the goal, because there is honestly a ridiculous number of pauses, and I understand why it happens. Not everyone can control their internet provider. Some people have family who decide to start downloading all their anime porn right before their game, and it's just completely out of their control. Alright, looks like we have a dive comp on the side of the Houston Handlebars. TK on Winston, Shipshape on Zarya with a Hanzo Doomfist coming out here. Anna and Brig for support. They will be running into another dive-ish comp with a Blinksy on the Winston, Mogu on the Zarya, but they're going to be going into Fruits on the Tracer and Smo on the McCree with Noctua on the Brig and Stevie offering support on the Anna. Doomfist goes in. TK Mysterious is going to get the first pick on to Noctua on the Brig. It is just Stevie for healing right now onto this team, and people are getting pretty low with their Winston going. Yeah, Blinks is going to get cleaned up by Shipshape. Smo is going to get the pick onto TK, but right now it looks like the first fight is going to go to Houston Handlebars. And it is first cap going to Houston Handlebars. TK coming back. Smo is about 48% to grab, leading over Mogu. Mogu by about 10%. They are getting close to that wombo combo of grab dragons. Let's watch and see if Sunless Fiber is going to do anything interesting. Gearing up the punch. Gonna get the slam off. Is gonna get stunned by the Brig. And he goes in, not gonna get a kill off of that, but is going to manage to turn around and just shoot Blinksy. Kaijuo gets a nice shot onto the Tracer. You can tell it wasn't intended because it was a Sonic Arrow. Noctua is going to get the pick onto Sunless Fiber, but TK is going to retaliate by the pick onto Noctua. And now we have some ultimates in the bank. TK has Primal ready and waiting. They're probably going to have Nano Boost within the next bit. Stevie also will have Nano Boost ready for the side of New York Aces. And Smo will have High Noon. There's also the swap on to the Reaper to help deal with TK on the Monkey. Looks like they're just going to point straight to the point. TK is jumping in the back line. Reaper can't quite connect. Nice anti onto TK. Meteor Strike is coming in and is going to get lots of value. That's a double kill onto that with TK also using Primal to kill Noctua. Blank getting the nice sleep kill onto Blinksy. Fruits getting the pick onto TK, but forced to back up and Wraith out. Houston Handlebars continues to hold, and they have Wombo combo ready for the next push. Blinksy's going to swap onto Roadhog here. probably to try and help control the Doomfist, although I don't really think the Doomfist is the problem as much as TK, but I suppose the Roadhog can also help control TK. That's not a good start. Whiffs the hook onto the Monkey there. This is going to be really hard to push into the Hanzo spam, although we do have little to no shield. Nano Monkey in on the back, a nice interesting engage. Grab to try and control them. The immortality is there. Also Stevie swapping on. Counter grab comes out as overtime ticks down. Grab Dragons coming out. And it's just looking like a dominant first map segment from the Houston Handlebars with 100% to 0%. Nice, nice.
Score 1-0.
Yeah, that looked really clean from Houston Handlebars. I think their strength here was the coordinated dive between TK and Sunless Fiber on the Doomfist, but they are going to swap to Ryan, Zarya, Raven going off the Brig onto the Lucio, Sunless Fiber onto the Mei off the Doomfist. Looks like Blinksy's also going to be on Reinhardt with Fruits on Mei, Smo on the McCree, Noctua on the Lucio, Stevie on the Bat. We do have, it's almost a mirror except for this Symmetra, so we'll see how this works. We're going to teleport across for a little bit of speed and go straight to point. They want to fight on point. It looks like the other team pushed the high ground. This is exactly what they want. She wants to immediately be setting up the turrets. Come on, turrets, Smith. Those are bad turrets. Looks like they're going to go over and then drop down on them. They need to rotate into point. Nice rotation by the other team. Turrets are not so bad now that the team made this interesting movement above. Some right clicks into the MOWL to hold them off point. They're beginning their cap. Ryan's super low goes in. Immortality has to come out super early, but it's nicely placed around a corner, so the team can't really do anything. Kaiju does manage to... Kaiju. I'm just going to call him Kaiju. Manages to get there. Sunless Fiber gets the pick onto Noctua, and then it is just a charge Symmetra beaming you down. Fruits does get the pick onto Blank, so if New York Aces manages to get their shit together really quick, they can potentially push when they are still down. Swapping onto the Pharah Mercy. They don't really have anything to counter it, but it is going to be very hard to break into this turtled up comp on point with the Pharmacy. They're going to have to get very lucky here. So, I suppose Fruit's still going to stick with that. May. See what they get. They have spotted the Pharmacy. Some rockets going in on the left side. Doing some damage, no kills yet. Shatter comes out, is going to... Immort's out to counter the Shatter, but it's immediately killed. Kaijuo and Blank are going to clean up. That was a nice Shatter coming out from TK. Several on the ground. It is going to win in the fight. Teleporter does go down, but you can just replace it. Pin? Not quite, but is going to get the cleanup with the hammer swing. Ferris still is up and active and is going to kill themselves on point. Interesting. So they do have Wall. They have Blizzard coming up. The enemy team also has Blizzard. They almost have a Barrage as well and a window to play for. Beat's going to get there too, probably before the next fight. Grab is also almost there. I'm guessing they're going to wall defensively when they push in. Meanwhile, New York Aces are going to want to play off of this Grab Blizzard potentially, the Grab Barrage if they really need it. There is the wall defensively when they push in. Grab going to come out next, I'm guessing, from Mogu. Do it, you know you want to. There's the Grab. Where's the Blizzard? Beat comes out, but... Oh, that's 2 DPS ult. Interesting. You don't quite need that. Also, just a fun fact that Blizzard will actually... Yeah, it just wasn't enough, unfortunately, but Blizzard will counteract Beat in a Grab. Alright, so first map goes to Houston Handlebars with play the game going to Ship Shape. And this is going to be... Oh, that was an interestingly positioned grab. Yeah. Counter grab was good. Alright. Let us update the score. Give Houston Handlebars 1 map point. It is first to 3 here at Mock Overwatch League. So, 2 more maps. If they continue on this win streak, we will be here and done sooner rather than later. Zarya Kara, yes, both Zarya's on both sides, looking pretty spicy. I just think right now Blinksy is really struggling, or at least for the monkey was really struggling. And then I think they just didn't have a comp that could contest the turtle comp on point with the May Symmetra. Instead of a fair, I probably would have preferred a Junkrat because that alt is way easier to get off in a turtle comp. And even if you don't destroy or kill anyone, you at least get the turrets and you can push with it. The barrage is way harder to deal with. So I think a Junkrat would have been better than the Pharah, and then you also keep your ground healing instead of having the Mercy Pocket on the Pharah. So that would have been my suggestion. But hindsight is 2020, and it's also very easy for me to say these things when I am not in the game and playing them. All right, so it is now going to be New York Aces map pick. I believe it is any map right now. I don't know that if we have a map pool. Do we have a map pool? I really should know this. Season 6 rosters and schedule. Are you watching with your sour grapes? Hi, Tembo! Nice to see you, Sneaky. Deadstock is watching. He told me he would be. And he is in chat along with Yellow, who's being silent as usual. I don't know that he has grapes. The last thing I heard him consume, I think, was Raisinets. One time I went in chat and he told me he couldn't talk because he had a mouthful of Raisinets. So it appears that he has decided grapes will always be sour and just go with dead grapes instead in form of raisins. Alright. We do have a map pool. Alright, it looks like, oh, they're going to pick Rialto from the Escort map. And we'll see how that goes. But yeah. I just don't think they had anything to do with the turtle comp. And then I think TK and Sunless had a better coordinated dive on the first map. And then the turtle comp, they probably needed a junk to break through. They had the BAP, but they need a little more healing. Maybe even swapped double main support to just try and sustain while you break the turrets. It's difficult. That comp of Mei Sim in that little village area is very strong and hard to break through. Apparently Deadstock just had an apple. Can update the fruit counter. See how it goes. Alright. Looks like we are getting some swaps. Apollo coming in for Blinksy at the main tank position for New York Aces. Let's take a look-see. This looks like a high plat main tank. Lots of hours on Reinhardt. Some minutes on Winston. Almost an hour. Go Houston. Hi, Koski. Anyways, looks like we're just sitting and waiting. I guess we can go to this screen. Made for us by the beautiful Lyseki, who rushed me these graphics since we didn't realize the game was today and not on Thursday. So, thank you, Lyseki, as well as everyone on the design team for the amazing graphics. Alright. Looks like we are waiting for a Houston ready up. Oh, my scores are flipped on this one. Hold on, we fix it. If I can fix it, come on. Unlock. This one goes up. Beautiful. Score 2 goes down. Oh my goodness. Beautiful.
Initiating match.
Perfect. All things balanced. Alrighty. Here we are on Rialto. Ready to get our start on everyone's favorite Italian map that is definitely not Venice. It's Rialto. Definitely not Venice. Definitely not Venice. Rialto. Anyways, nice escort map. Good long sight lines, lots of high skybox. Let's see, it looks like we have New York Aces coming out with a Rhine Diva. Fruits going onto the McCree. Samo onto the Hanzo. Has a very strong Hanzo. Oh, Fruits onto the Widow. No, onto the Genji. Nocto on Lucio. Stevie on the Baptiste. looks like we have a Genji. Are we gonna get an Ana for this
Let's focus on
Genji?
the future.
Nope,
All
they're gonna
good.
go back to Concrete. Meanwhile, we have Houston Handlebars coming out with TK on the Reinhardt, Ship Shape on the Sigma, Kaiju on the Hanzo, Sunless Fiber on the Echo, which is a very easy DPS character, kind of similar to Doomfist. Not a lot of higher thought processes needed, as well as Blank on the Baptiste and Raven on the Mercy. Let's see where this goes. They're choosing to hold from this high ground position, which is interesting to me. Not a bad idea, but interesting. Trying to see if anyone's going through, but they're just going to kind of push under them. You're not quite low enough to contest the payload there, so you are forced to drop. I guess they just wanted to give Kaiju some extra poke protection as Hanzo on that high ground, but they do drop to the more standard hold position as they push to this corner. D.Va going up to the high ground with Mogu to kind of scan and make sure that there's no one on the high ground. Nice kill onto TK Mysterious, as well as nice pick from Fruits onto Sunless Fiber on the Echo. And they're down 2, and now it is just a matter of pressing W and keeping them. Ooh, but that is a nice pick onto Noctua from Kaiju. Immortality does get used in that escape though, so that is a 30-second cooldown. Won't be here for the next fight. Big shatter window coming out. TK still does die. The Dragon Strike for Flavor coming from Kaiju is going to help them continue to hold this point. Meanwhile, Mogu is going to try and battle pistol, but is going to be cleaned up. They had ults to play for. Right now they still have a lift as well as a window there for them. Stevie using theirs on the last try. And we also have a High Noon. Looks like they're going to try and go high ground to set up this High Noon as a good engage. They're coming up on Shatter, maybe, but we'll see. It's going to be a matter of getting this High Noon off before Ship Shape gets the lift off. High Noon comes out, but is going to get booped up. Sunless Fiber coming back on to the Doomfist off of the Echo, wasn't getting much value. The lift comes out from Ship Shape, is going to get 2 lifted, 1 kill out of that, and is forced to drop Eat, getting very low there. Nice rock. TK is going to get the kill onto their counterpart Apollo. Nice pin onto Noctua, and it looks like Houston Handlebars will continue to hold. Smo is in this awkward position. Oh, Stevie is going to die. Smo is going to sacrifice himself for the clean reset.
Ready. Prepare to fire.
Sunless Fiber does have the Meteor Strike ready. Window is still ready. Apollo did use his shatter in that fight. I did not see it. Forgive me. They have D.Va Bomb and they have Dragon Strike. Oh, looks like they're going for some early aggression here. Window comes out from Blank. Dragon Strike comes out from Smo. Meteor Strike. Dragon Strike is going to get 2. Meteor Strike comes out. Doesn't manage to get anything. TK is going to get Fruit. Smo's going to get the pick onto Ship Shape. And Raven is going to get the res onto Blank after they died with TK killing Apollo. Mogu and Stevie running for their lives. Smo hiding in a corner. Getting healed. Nice long shot, Stevie. It is 60 seconds remaining. This is getting close to last push. They have D.Va Bomb. They have support ults. D.Va Bomb to engage. Nice Chuck. Is going to get the immortality, although not much else. Smo is going to get the pick onto Sunless Fiber, although Dragon Strike comes out from Kaiju and is not going to find anything, but is going to force them to back off and remove aggression a bit. TK is getting dangerously low here, but the rock comes out to try and cancel aggression from Ship Shape. TK is going to finally go down, but the res is there. They don't manage to quite cancel it there. They are so close to getting this point. Beat comes out from Noctua onto the side of the New York Aces, as well as a window. Mogu trying to desperately back up to use the window. It's a little far back. Oh, lift comes out from Sunless Fiber. Shatter is also ready here from TK. Is going to be a large shatter. That's going to be 4 on the ground, and it is going to be just a matter of cleanup. There are 8 seconds and remaining in this. High Noon coming out, but is going to get immediately cleaned up. And it is, oh, Mogu on the point. Still holding here. It is just the Doomfist. Don't get booped off point. Don't get booped off point. Oh. And that looks like it is going to be an overtime. Tick down Apollo, not quite able to get back. Nice hold, Houston Handlebars.
0-0. Switching sides. Initiating match.
All right. Nice hold, Houston Handlebars. Looks like Nightbot gave Koski a quite little bit of timeout for using a blacklisted word, and then Automod has detected another blacklisted word. Alright. Clean start,
Ready for
Mock
battle.
Overwatch League community. Alright. We have now the defense from the New York Aces and the attack from the Houston Handlebars. For their defense, it looks like we have a Ryan Zarya comp with an Echo, McCree,
Attackers
Noctua on the
incoming
Mercy,
in
Stevie
30
on the
seconds.
Baptiste. For their attack, they're going to also be running a Ryan Zarya, Kaiju sticking on the Hanzo, Sunless Fiber sticking on the Doomfist, shocking, I know, Blank on the Baptiste, and a Raven on the Lucio. Looks like they're going to try and exit from this left high ground position. What's up, Reckless?
5, 4,
Alright.
3,
They only have to get it to just before the first checkpoint. That is entirely manageable in 4 minutes. But it is also entirely possible that New York Aces can hold it right here, just as Houston Handlebars did. Let's see. Early damage being exchanged. Very aggressive play from TK. Forces the Immort out early from Stevie. Smo is going to go down. Raven is going to also get the pick onto Apollo. Noctua does manage to res Smo. Immortality gets killed by Fruits. Raven is going to get the pick onto Smo again. That is a bloodthirsty little frog, man. That's 2 picks for him. And they're going to be forced to back up behind the bridge, and they get a free push around this corner. This is dangerous territory for New York Aces. That was the corner they wanted to hold. They're also very down on ults. TK almost has Shatter. Meanwhile, Apollo's only 50%. Smacking exchange. Sunless Fiber does also manage to get the boop kill onto Mogu. Raven's going to get the pick onto Apollo. That is the 3rd kill for Raven, and they're going to cap that
victory.
with just consistent aggression. Amazing. Nice job, Houston Handlebars. That is their 2nd win, 2nd map of the night. This is Smo with that Dragon Strike that got 2 earlier. Excellent positioning. 3 kills. Oof, but not quite enough to clean up. Oof. Interesting. Alrighty. We're still in this game yet. New York Aces is still in it. There is a chance to turn it all around here and now, but this is match point for Houston Handlebars, and they are looking to clean this up and start their season right with a nice, clean 3-0 victory. And New York Aces are looking very much to not lose 0-3 for their first game of the season. That is not a fun start, but it is possible to recover from. Speaking from experience here. All right. It is still New York Aces map pick from the map pool. Their maps available right now are Eichenwald, Kings Row, Numbani, or Anubis, Volskaya, and Hanamura. Now let's see what they pick. Again, it's hard. I used to know some teams had strength maps back last season, and if you knew that team well, you knew that when they were in a bind, they tended to pick with this one map, but I don't know. These are fairly new teams in that they're kind of the combination of old teams, London, and then also I forget what team Mogu and Blinksy and Smo were on previously last season, but it's like 2 teams combined, so I don't know where they'll go for this next potentially final map. We'll have to wait and see and continue to be in suspense. All right. Tokyo, they were on Tokyo, that's right. Thank you so much, Reckless. I forgot. Yes, they were on Tokyo Tremors. Tokyo Tremors, their map that they would pick. They liked Junkertown a lot. I remember they had good victories there, but I think. Or was it Hanamura? No, I think that was London. London almost always picked Hanamura when they were down and out, and I think Tokyo would lean on Junkertown. Junkertown is not in the map pool this week. Oh no, it is, but they already picked Rialto, so their escort is down. So they could potentially pick. I mean, they could pick Kings Row. That's a fan favorite of everyone's. It's just the best map in the game, hands down. I will not be accepting any criticism or arguments from the chat. Think they're going to pick Hanamura? I think they're going to pick Hanamura too, Reckless. Yeah, Hanamura for Tokyo. I remember that. That was a quirk of theirs. Ooh! London was Junkertown. Ah, I flipped it. I flipped it. Like, too many teams. There's only like 10. Alright, it looks like we're actually going to be going to the row for an exciting conclusion to the first game, the first match of Season 6. I'm a nerd, I know. It is pretty impressive that you retained that information throughout the off-season. I used to know it, but then, you know, I did other things with my life besides Overwatch. Looks like we have a Stevie fan in the chat. I see you, Swan Goose Duck. Stevie has been playing very well throughout the game. I mean, it is possible that New York Aces could turn this out and reverse sweep. That would be an incredibly exciting game to cast, and I honestly kind of hope it happens, because that would also be an amazing game to start the season on. You could say I did a good job as a manager. You probably did, Reckless. Alright, well, in this downtime, I guess I can thank people. Thank you for following Nobody, Conquador, and Swan Goose Duck. I see you guys. I don't have the little notifications because I think they're annoying and potentially disrespectful to the cast, but thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Alright, we are still waiting in the wings for them to press. We are waiting for Houston to press the R key. I know it's difficult to find sometimes, but if you're curious, I can potentially help you. If you start from the left side, you'll notice there's a key called Tab. And if you go next to that, there's Q to the right, then W, then E, then R. If you press that key, we can start. NYA is a solid team. They'll pull through. They could indeed. They do have strong players. Mogo and Smo are particularly strong. I remember them from the past season. Apollo is a good player. Fruits has had some good plays. Stevie's been consistent. I mean, they could make it happen. It's just a matter of right now, it's also the mental challenge of like you're down already. So you got to be capable of the mental reset, which I think is honestly what a lot of teams in MOWL struggle in, is the mental reset.
Now entering.
Reed is all about
King's
business. You is that how you spell business?
Initiating
That looks
match.
wrong. First off. Second off, what business? Also, thank you, Sensei Glue, for the follow. I appreciate it. Alright, everyone's favorite map, King's Row and the murder site of Mundata. Happened right here. The Alderworth Hotel. Anyway. Probably going to see a Ryan Zari from both teams. I would be shocked if we didn't. Yes, and it looks like Houston Handlebars. Oop. Let me get us on the right screen first. Oh my goodness, little rusty there. It looks like we're going to have the Rhine, Zarya for the defense, as well as the Doomfist and, whoop, no, Hanzo. That's Hanzo. With the Baptiste and Lucio. For the attack, we have the Rhine, Zarya that we all know and love. With Fruits on the McCree, Smo picking up the Widowmaker, potentially for just one shot out the doors, but they may stick with it. Noctua on the Brigitte. And then Stevie on the Baptiste. Alright. We have some psyched up sprays here. Let's see if they spot this. Actually, let's stick with Smo. See if this Widowmaker manages to find any picks in this window. And whether or not they'll stay on this for the drop, or if this is just going to be a spawn pick. Oop. Doomfist has been spotted. Nice bubble coming out onto the enemy team. Does get the Immort out early from Blank. Mortality is killed. Looks like they're thinking about going through Hotel. Ooh, nice fire strike. They are going to go try to push through Hotel. Both bubbles down from Mogu. Doomfist does go in, does manage to get out. Nice slam damage. Smo is going to get the pick onto Kaiju. That is the sniper battle 1 for New York Aces. TK does have Shatter, although very early, and that shield is dangerously low. Immortality in this tiny room does mean that their safe ship shape is going to get the pick onto Mogu. That is counterpart part down. A charge reset, but Smo has taken some very aggressive positioning here. Dangerous game to be playing, yeah, and is going to get smacked by the Winston. Or not the Winston, whew, the Doomfist. Alright, that is a nice stagger coming out, and they're going to swap onto the Hanzo. The Widowmaker life was fun, you got one pick off of it, and it's over. Shatter comes out, that is going to be two players. Oh, one player's on the count. Nice block from TK. Window comes out from Stevie. Sunless Fiber does, however, get two picks with Kaiju helping with a third. And it looks like Houston Handlebars will continue to hold point A on Kings Row. We do have Wombo Combo here with Grab Dragons to counter it. We had Rally, but now we don't. Looks like we're going to be trying to swap to a Pharmacy. Potentially better on this map. They're not playing a turtle comp, so this might work better for them. Interesting boop out into the open. That Doomfist is going to try and slam on you. Can they hit a rocket? Oh, there's one. There's two. Kaiju dangerously low in the back. Follow up on that. That is one kill. Smo also gets the pick onto TK. Ooh, but the Mercy didn't come with. The Mercy didn't come with. Mercy got picked by Sunless Fiber. That is unfortunate. And Shipshape is just going to clean up and continue to hold just them and Blank on the point, but Blank has got them covered. Close, but no cigar from New York Aces. However, they do have a Graviton Surge of their own here, and they almost have a Dragon. If they set up this grab, that's a good start. That is two picks. Fruit's getting the pick onto Shipshape, and Apollo getting a nice Fire Strike kill onto Raven. That is main support down. However, support is down for the New York Aces. Right now, it is just Mogu and the DPS, but I think they could potentially get a tick out of this. It just has to be where there is still a Hanzo here. Is going to chuck a Dragon at point to just try and hold it. Is going to get the pick onto the Pharah here, but is going to get killed by Smo. They are going to recontest, and that grab is just a little too late. Is going to get T-Gale though, but the Immortality is there to save them. Doomfist is in. Beat is coming out from Raven. There is also a slam there. It does get blocked by the shield. Shipshape is going to get the pick onto Farouk. This is a high charge Zarya that means business. Stevie's going to get the pick onto Sunless Fiber, but after Sunless Fiber got the kill onto Smo, is going to force them to reset. They have one more fight left to try and take point A here. Valking in to start aggression. TK is getting very low, but the Immortality is there to pick them back up. Rez almost comes out. That is a bold Rez in front of the whole enemy team. Is going to get picked for that. Sunless Fiber is going to get the pick onto Stevie, and then the other pick onto Smo, and this is a cleanup. Can they even get someone to touch the swap onto Wrecking Ball, but the grab to hold them there and just to stall. Noctua on the loose here trying to touch, but it just isn't in the cards. And they are going to full hold Kings Row.
Score.
All right, and I'm going to take a sip of water. Holy
0.
crap.
Switching sides.
These players on the blue team need to actually be a team.
Match.
That is the Houston Handlebars Restless. And it is... They're looking quite good right now. They're looking quite good. Looking like they're going to try and 3-0 this first game of the season. Looking fairly strong. Right now, I think they just really haven't, like, TK has been allowed to be extremely aggressive to the point of stupidly aggressive, and there's been little to no punishment for that. And now they're going to try and pull this strat. Oh, are they? They are. Alright, they're going to try and put a Bastion on top of this statue.
30 seconds.
They're also consistently good here. Yeah, they'll definitely be a team to watch throughout the season. I think the issue will come in if they ever run into a team that's good at countering Doomfists. Because Sunless Fiber can play other characters, but their Doomfist is without a doubt their best character and their strongest character. So if you can counter a Doomfist well,
5,
which isn't an easy
4,
task necessarily,
3,
but if you can counter
2,
Doomfist,
1.
I think Houston Handlebars will have to
Defend objective
show if
A.
they can really adapt and be strong. Alright, let's see. Let's watch it happen. It's there. It's happening. Oh, they're backing up. Nice. Good play, but this does leave room for TK to just push on 2 point and start contesting. Apollo getting dangerously low, forced to back up. Smo's trying to do damage, is going to force them to heal. Raven is also healing on this Mercy, trying to pocket them. Apollo getting dangerously low. That Sim is also on point, trying to get some angles on it from Fruits. Sunless Piper is going to get the pick onto Apollo. Kaiju is going to get the pick onto Fruits. That's going to be Smo dying there to TK Mysterious on the Sigma. Ship shape on the Reinhardt here, actually. Mogu's going to just get cleaned up. And that is a victory for Houston Handlebars. 3-0. Clean, clean, clean. Pretty much ran the same comp all night except for that last flavor play. But the Hanzo Doomfist with the Rein Zarya. But yeah, Kaiju, clean sniper, looking very clean on the Hanzo. Ready to make some plays. Yeah, the window was a bit dirty. Nice. But I really don't think they couldn't really deal with. So I think what it was is that TK played. It's kind of what we saw on the first map, but they had it with the Doom and the Winston, where they had really good synergy, but they kind of managed to maintain that. TK was playing such an aggressive Reinhardt that it was almost like they had a dive. Like the Doom would dive in the back, and then he would just W key into the other team. But yeah, you're right. They played that wrong. They gave him a lot of space. It is hard to deal with that comp. Again, they were on Hanzo. Hanzo break. Honestly, probably push through Hotel and then try and go behind him and force the Bastion to either not have a shield there or the shield to get repositioned. Anyways, interesting start. Houston Handlebars, a team to watch. They start the season on a high note. New York Ace is starting the season on a bit of a low note, but they have a lot of room to grow. It is a long season here. Hopefully, I will see you all as we can watch them progress throughout. Thank you all for coming and spending time with me while I casted this game. Hopefully, I will see you again sooner or later, and we can watch these teams go up against the rest of the teams in the league. Player of the match? You want player of the match? Player of the match, I think I'll give it to TK probably. He had some pretty clutch shatters in there. So player of the match would probably be TK for Houston Handlebars. For New York Aces, I think I would give it to Mogu for their team. All right. Well, good night, everyone. Hope you have a good day. Good rest of your evening.